Hi, this is Park Sam with this episode of the Live Working Abroad show. The EU reset that's coming up at the end of June is 5 years after the end of the uh, post-Brexit period. So Brexit is finished, and the agreement that ran for 5 years after Brexit between the EU and the UK comes to an end. So unless there's a new agreement made by the governments, EU citizens uh, will be third country nationals to the UK, and UK citizens will be third country nationals to the EU. Um, so, how can you get access to the EU? Well, you can consider your family's ancestry. So let's have a look at Irish citizenship. Um, there's a foreign birth registration process in Ireland where people can apply to become Irish citizens through Irish-born ancestry. So if you've got grandparents or a parent who are born in Ireland and who are Irish citizens at the time of birth, um, then even though you're not born in Ireland, you can get Irish citizenship. Okay, so uh, if your parents are an Irish citizen at the time of your birth, um, and they were born in Ireland, you're automatically an Irish citizen. Okay, so your parents could be living in Portugal or UK. Um, as long as they've got an Irish passport, even if it's a dual passport, um, uh, when you were born, then you're automatically an Irish citizen. Now, if not, you need to look at your situation with your grandparents or your uh, parents. If your grandparents were definitely born in Ireland, uh, then you've got a right to register on the foreign birth registration uh, register. Um, but as long as your parents were Irish citizens at the time of your birth, even though they were not born in Ireland, you've still got a chance to be able to register. So if your parents have registered as Irish citizens based upon their grandparents, your great grandparents, doesn't necessarily the great grandparents don't give you right, but as long as your parents got Irish citizenship at the time of your birth, then you've got a right to be registered on the foreign birth registration in Cyprus. If you've got that right and the application is made, the foreign birth certificate is a grant of citizenship in Ireland, and therefore it's giving you the right to live and work abroad in Ireland, the freedom of movement in the EU. Ireland is in the EU. It's not in the Schengen zone, but you've got freedom of movement throughout the EU, and that includes living and working abroad in the EU. But as well, Ireland and the UK have got a common travel area uh, where we can live and work abroad. There are no passport controls uh, between the UK and the EU, just like the um, EU want to be. Uh, Ireland and the UK have been like that for 100 years or more. Uh, to register as an Irish citizen and get EU citizenship for the post-Brexit period in the second half of 2026, contact us at productpartnership.com for more help and guidance.